What's up, y'all? It's your girl Denisha, aka Naturally Niche, and we are back with another YouTube video. Y'all already see by the title we're doing. I don't like to ramble too long, so we're just gonna get into it. First things first. If you do not do this already, I highly recommend that you do. If you ever wash your hair and you don't feel like jumping right into styling, I highly recommend that you put on like a deep conditioning cap or like a plastic cap, something that's gonna like keep the moisture in your hair so it's not drying out. If you heard it here first, try it out. Second thing second, I'm just gonna show y'all, everything that I'm gonna be using today before we get on into actually using them. So for leave-in, I'm gonna be doing the Camille Rose Curl Love. Yes, and I've used this a few times now, I want to say. Definitely goodie. And then we have, if you don't know this product yet, go ahead and get you some. When I tell y'all, this right here, Choice Pearly Braid Out Glaze, baby, this is a product to have. Like, I already have the re-up waiting of it, and this one ain't even done yet, but I know that I'm gonna need it. I ever want to make sure without a doubt I'm having super duper defined popping curls right here, whenever it is in the mix, it's done, it's over. I had some people, they'll say that they find it to be like sticky. I don't know, I've never experienced that. I don't know if maybe because I work like with pretty wet hair when I'm using it or what, but I've never had that effect. But yeah, like staple, gotta have it. This is probably something like I feel like I would never stop buying. But anywho, so I got my two products. I got my spray water bottle. I get so many questions about this. It's from Pattern, but they sell these like all over. Just get you one of these. If your bottle not spraying like this, get you one. We don't use the like squirting straight shooter water bottles no more. No, you gonna want to upgrade to one of these. Once I got this in my life, I never went back. So moving right along. Usually what I do like to do, y'all, is put my leave-in in the showers. I didn't do it today because I just honestly, like, I really don't like filming in the shower, y'all. I don't know what it is, but filming in the shower just be stressing me out. So I really just was like, I'm just gonna come out and do everything on camera here with y'all. But I do recommend, though, putting your leave-in conditioner in while still in the shower when your hair is like soaking wet. Leave-in conditioner in or not, we are still gonna get a very bomb wash and go today. So don't even worry, you don't have to do it. What we're gonna do is make sure that our hair is wet. One thing that I also do is I put my products in one by one, especially when it comes to wash and goes. I don't know, it's kind of just, I guess, a preference thing for me, but I'm going to show y'all in the next section exactly how much of the leave-in I put. But yes, so I'm just working in the leave-in conditioner. And another reason I like to work one product by one product is because I don't like dabbling in two products at the same time. Like, I kind of just like to do one product, be done with the product, and then move on to the next one. So that's just me. And use as much water as you need, y'all. Don't be afraid to go back in and spray some more if you feel necessary. Water is the key to moisture. Don't be shy. And as you can see, I primarily just do the raking method when it comes to applying my products. When I use the second product, I'll definitely switch it up a little bit in terms of my application process. But the raking method and I guess smoothing is what works best for me in terms of the time that it takes as well as the results that I get from it. And that's another tip. Just find like what wash and go technique works best for you. And this is about how much I'm using on this section. Y'all are just gonna repeat this throughout, your entire head. So at this point, I'm probably gonna like speed everything up a bit because everything is pretty redundant until I get to the next step. So just, yeah, apply your leave-in, rake and smooth, or whichever wash and go method you find defines your curls best. And that is that. Alright, y'all, so we're back, we're done. Leave-in is in throughout my entire head, and this is where we are at. Just so y'all can see kind of up close what's going on, what it's looking like. Right now is really not where the definition is popping, and that's fine, because the second product is where it's really, that's the definer. First one is just like usually, you know, what I put as a leave-in for moisture. In case the second one is when it's like, all right, it's time to get these curls together. Okay, first step shouldn't take you too long. Like, that's the step that you kind of want to work in the bigger sections and just, you know, like, get through. Make sure you get it in there. Don't just like breeze through it now, but don't spend too much time. The second step is really where we're like trying to take our time and make sure that the curls are popping. Okay, so for some reason I lost a ton of footage at this part, but we moved. So what I decided to do was use some old footage of me doing a wash and go in the past. Everything is the same in terms of the style I'm doing, the application, all that stuff. It's just that I was using a different product at the time. Some things that I wanted to point out at this point is that I really think it's important to focus on your roots when you're doing this and working in small sections. So firstly, working in small sections, that's pretty self-explanatory. Second thing is working on your roots, and you can see me doing it here. I feel like as naturals, we talk a lot about working on your ends and paying attention to it because it's the oldest part of your hair. And although that is 100% true, you do want to make sure you're not neglecting your roots, because then your roots will be puffy, and we want a nice consistent curl pattern throughout our hair. So make sure you're smoothing that product in on your roots as well. And then in a few seconds, I do have some clips of my hair with the actual main choice product in it. If you guys want to know what products I was using before, it was the Curlsmith Hydro Style Flexi Jelly, in case anyone's wondering. But now we're back on track to where we are present day. Woo! This is what the hair is looking like with all the product and everything in. At this point, I'm gonna go sit under my hooded dryer for a bit. I got a hooded dryer, y'all, and I know how to accents like air drying. Who is that? I don't know. So I'll be back when my hair is like pretty dry. See, we are getting there. Progress has been made. Time to diffuse. I don't really like using the diffuser the whole way, but once I get my hair to like this point, then I like to go in and just finish the job up with my diffuser. So I'm going to use this and get her done. And before I get going on this, I am going to do this on low as well, and cool. So diffusing step is done. My hair is pretty much dry now. I want to say, if not completely dry, at least 95% dry at the very least, which is good enough for me to move on to the next step. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, you probably already know what we're about to do. The next step and the last step before we call it a night is the banding method. The banding method is an absolute must. I have my satin scrunchies here. With the wash and goes, the curls are super tight, defined, and coiled, and that is just like a setup honestly for tangles and knots, single strand knots. You know, we all hate those. And so by stretching the hair out and stretching the curls out, you're basically helping to prevent that. So not only is it good in terms of like the health of your hair, but again, longevity. Longevity is the name of the game today, okay? And if you want your hair to last longer, I definitely recommend that you band it. And just to give you a clear view of what I am doing, if you're not familiar with it, it's literally just wrapping, like tying the scrunchie down the length of your hair. The important part here is that you're not interfering with the ends. As long as the ends are out and not, banded, as long as you don't go all the way down to the ends, you're good. Okay. So once you have all your hair banded up like so, we are ready to hit our pets. It is time. I am hungry and tired, y'all. You go ahead and tie your hair up. I like to sleep with a satin scarf as well as a bonnet. Whatever your preference is, but whatever you do to go to bed, do so. And that's it. That is a wrap, y'all. That is a wrap till tomorrow for the take. Okay, so it is now the next day and time for the takedown. And I was actually away for the weekend. Me and a friend of mine had went to Memphis, Tennessee for the weekend, so I was not in my usual setup. And we were getting ready for dinner, so there's a bunch of music and all that going on in the background. So I was like, let me just do a voiceover for this part. But this part is pretty quick, anyhow. Nothing too much detailed going on. I'm just taking out the satin scrunchies that I have put in, and then from there we're going to move into just fluffing the hair out into shape how I want it. And to fluff my hair out, I'm just going to be using this Michi Beauty oil, which I'm pretty sure that I talked about on the channel before, but I really love this oil, y'all. Like, I use it so much. It's honestly time for me to re-up because it's almost done. But yeah, when it comes to taking down my hairstyles, I almost always grab this oil. And from this point on, I feel like it's honestly more so a preference thing of what you want your hair to look like, how much volume it is that you're going for on day one. I kind of like to keep things simple. I don't like to do too much fluffing, picking at my hair on day one because I like it to just get voluminous over the days as it goes. I think that helps in terms of when you want your hairstyle to last longer. Not doing too much on day one is always something that I recommend. I was super happy with the way my hair was turning out. The results were exactly what your girl wanted. Okay, the definition is there. It's just enough volume for me to be content with it on day one. But as like I said, the days go on, it is going to get bigger. But that is really it, y'all. So if you liked this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and tune in for the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys then.